This past weekend has been interesting because it's been very self-reflective, which is a thing that I do a lot. But in this particular case, it's been about my past beyond YouTube, and I often talk about what I think about on YouTube and for what I've done on YouTube. But since I played That Dragon Cancer, I've been thinking about my younger days, back when I still had the vibrancy of youth coursing through my veins. But I've been thinking about my dad and, my childhood and me growing up, and also thinking back on old videos that I've done, of course. But in this certain circumstance.
Thank you all so much for doing everything you could have possibly done, more than I asked for, to make my channel something big in no time flat. We've hit over 500 subscribers. I didn't even think I'd get there in a week. I was prepared to wait a month to get even to 1,000 subscribers, and it looks like we're gonna get there in a few days.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Stood out that I wanted to talk about.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
The concept of believing in yourself. And it's a subject that I've talked about a lot, and it's something that I reinforce. But those are just words. Believe in yourself. Those are words. It's not an instruction manual on how to be better in your life. And not that I'm qualified to tell you guys how to do that, but I am qualified to tell you guys how I've lived my life and how that's worked for me. And one of the most important things is something that I constantly need to remind myself of, is that I don't have anything to prove to anyone. And that may seem like a bold claim, because I do have a lot of expectations to meet, both with you guys and myself. But one of the things that always keeps me grounded is realizing that I don't owe anybody anything. Simply existing doesn't mean that you have a debt that you need to pay to the universe to exist. You exist whether or not you think and let yourself be stressed out by those ideas. And this is a very grandiose topic, but trust me, I'm going to bring it down into something cohesive that can be understood. But this whole concept of not owing anyone anything may seem sensible at its face, but sometimes it's very hard to get through in your day-to-day life. Because especially in the age of the internet, you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. You're constantly comparing yourself to other people in your field of study that may be better than you are.
It's over 9,000! Total battle! Was that the bite of 87?
At what you're doing. They may be better artists, better musicians, better, YouTubers. It doesn't matter what subject it is. You'll often find yourself comparing yourself to others. And you'll sometimes feel like you owe it to yourself to be that good. And that is a horrible way of thinking, because that may motivate you in the short term and you'll be able to get a lot of fuck you energy, is what I call it. But in all honesty, that isn't what really is going to make you go the farthest. Because when you are constantly trying to meet the expectations of someone else, you're letting yourself down. And one of the things that's been hard for me to understand in my life is this concept that I don't need to focus on anyone else. I don't need to compare myself to anyone except myself. That's why I look back on my life so much, because I'm not comparing myself to other YouTubers. I'm not comparing myself to other artists or voiceover artists or actors if I want to do that thing. I'm not comparing to other people. I'm comparing to my past self. And this may be yesterday, it may be years ago, it may be my childhood self. Those are the only people in my life that I need to compare myself to. And hopefully, as I go through my life, I'm constantly getting better